Hi there, it's Kimberly with Beauty by Sewn. Thank you so much for tuning in. It has been a long while. I want to show you what I have been creating for fall, choosing some bit of different colors, some warmth, and transitioning from those summer shades, but we're not fully into winter yet. So hope you find these upcoming tips and tricks helpful, and huge thanks for tuning in. I know it's been a while. Okay, talk soon. Bye. Hi there. Okay, let's get started. I wanted to start first with skin because I've noticed my skincare has changed over into this late summer going into fall. So if you have anything that's purely hydrating, water-based, there's a lot of water essences you'll find from different brands. So I love using, this is called Hydra Beauty Micro Serum, and it is in fact, it's camellia extracts in little tiny micro bubbles, so capsules, so when they're released, you feel this water sensation and hydration that goes straight into the skin. So I find that even though my skin is moisturized, I feel like I'm always dehydrated. So I have a feeling that is a sign of things to come as I get older and older into the next century. So just hydrating my skin, I find I like doing that before even putting a moisturizer on in the daytime. And then for moisturizer, you know, on days that you feel like the surface of your skin is extra dry, or if you've been using Retin-A's or vitamin C's, during the daytime, really take care of your skin. So I've been, again, just wanting to hydrate my skin. I've been exfoliating a lot lately. So I'm not sure, just again, maybe not drinking enough water. So I'm going to use a hydrating moisture cream that, again, it's lightweight. It's not milky in any way. It is truly moisturizing, but almost, again, feels like a drink of water to my skin versus leaving an overly slipped surface. So I've been doing that for skincare. I find, again, my eye area is my area that I always seem to worry about a little bit. So I do use a night eye cream, day and night. The trick is when you do apply eye cream during the day, don't apply it from your brow bone to your lashes. So from your brow to your lashes, no eye cream by day. And then at night time, you can go all over. So I like to apply eye cream, and just by gently pulling, or I guess I should say pressing, this also helps the micro fluidic that's already naturally, the circulation that's already happening in the skin. You tend to have sort of a puffier under eye, and it also just feels good. So again, gently pulling across under the eye. Again, I'm not pulling, I'm almost just pressing and then bringing down. So it's pressing and then bringing down. And that actually is natural microcirculation that happens, you know, even if you're not doing this. So I love the feeling, and it just, again, gives me that spa-like feeling for a few minutes. And again, I'm always trying to work away my 11s so that I will, if I have a few extra minutes, just go in between my brows to help, again, that sort of eye lift feeling. Whatever eye cream I have left, I do like to run it around the edge of my lips as well. So that's what I've been doing for eye or face cream, just moisturizers. And then some days I have been wearing very little makeup, and even days that I do want to zhuzh it up a little bit more. So another tip that I find, again, with my skin feeling extra dehydrated, is I've been using highlighting fluids. So you can find any type of sort of sheen, illuminating fluid, highlighting fluid, but really the pearl of it, you want it to almost match your skin tone. So this one has a little bit of a bronzy tint because I'm holding on to a little bit more warmth in my skin. But you'll see these highlighting fluids, you know, if you go into a Sephora, for instance, you'll see pearlescent ones, more ivory tones. You'll see copper shades. So I like just going with one that, again, doesn't leave, you know, that's sheer in color, right? It's not opaque, but it just gives a natural illumination to the skin. And I find I just do it on my cheeks. I don't like to over illuminate my nose or where I sort of when I have sweats or hot flashes through my lip and chin area. And I don't like drawing attention or adding sheen to the center of my forehead. If anything, I might run it a little bit towards the outer of my brows. So if you are highlighting or illuminating, you know, focus on the cheek area. You can focus a little bit here on the neck area and just towards a little bit on the outer temple. So that is skin prep. Now for foundation, I do like to use SPF every day. So I do use a foundation that is long wearing and it is oil free. So some of you may say, oh no, I can't use oil free. Choose a moisturizing formula for sure. I just have been using a small dollop of an oil free formula. Why? Because I find that on top of a hydrated finished skin, it really holds and it looks smoother. Versus if I've been using sort of a more moisturizing formula, it wears off, it doesn't hold as well. So I do like the fact that this is a long wearing formula and it is oil free, but I don't worry about that because I'm not trying to get moisturizing benefits from my foundation per se. I really want that to come from, you know, my moisturizers. So I do apply just a small dot of foundation. You know, start where you feel you need it the most first. You can use a brush if you want more coverage. I just, again, have been using such a small amount, warming and pressing it between my fingers, starting at the center of my face, and then looking in the mirror and just applying it where I need to. So just that small amount, starting with that is really the best way to go because you can always apply more. Sometimes it's harder to take off the foundation. So no to most foundations, especially if they're long wearing or medium to buildable coverage is what a lot of foundations will say, medium to full coverage, you can build them. So you can layer the foundation on top as you go to build the coverage that you want. So make sure too you get around the nose and then make sure around your hairline, just stamp and press around the hairline so that you're not getting that demarcation, and also check 3 sides of your face. So you've got check, you know, this cheek and jawline, turn, right? Make sure that it is seamless when you look. The transition from your face into your neck isn't severe. There's not a line. You're not having to bring the foundation onto your neck for it to match. You just want it to even out any redness, discoloration, but not look heavy or mask-like. If you find that it's looking mask-like easily, it's probably the wrong shade or maybe too light. If you're not sure about a foundation, always choose the one that's a little bit warmer versus the one that's lighter, because once a too light foundation goes on, it doesn't matter how much bronzer you add on top to color correct, it's always gonna feel washed out throughout your day. So now I wanna go into defining my features. And I find, again, I've been just going very softly on my brow. For blondes, you know, you want to match something that's more the root of your hair. If you are more of a mahogany or brunette, I'll tell you the tip. If you are adding a warmth to your hair or you're coloring your hair, adding more of an auburn or golden highlights, I just want to make sure that your brow color isn't then being left to be too ashy. So a lot of brunettes I find, you know, are starting to cover up silver or gray hair, and then their brow is looking a little bit more gray brown. So I want you to make sure that the brow color you're choosing is a little bit warmer. So just think you're tinting or adding warmth to your hair when you go to the hairdresser, if you're coloring your hair at home. Make sure that you're adding that warmth also by choosing the right brow color, brow gel, brow pencil that has just a titch more warmth versus too ashy. So the biggest trick with brow I find for every day, and again, I'm just creating that everyday effortless fall look. And I start where I need the brow color the most first, which is at the arch and the tail of the brow. And then I need a little bit here at the head of the brow. So I brush the brow hairs up and over. So again, just looking at my brow, I see that I need the most brow color here at the arch and then into the tail. Soft fleck motion So almost like a feathery motion versus trying to draw a line into your brow, which will just look too ornate or, you know, fake really. So again, just at the head of the brow, flick up. And you can see here at the under arch and at the tail of the brow, I'm just doing soft motion, brushing the brows up. If you notice that your brow hairs are coming way up onto your forehead, you may want to trim them, or you may also go to a professional, you know, salon to get your brows tweezed, waxed, threaded. I do have to say I prefer threading. It hurts so much, but again, I find that I don't worry about the impact on my skin. I don't like to have that feeling of it pulling. So I'm just pulled back, looked at my two brows, and they're similar enough. And again, they're not too warm or red or too dark. So I do like looking at my brows lately without makeup on, because I find that I'm like, okay, no, it looks natural. I find if I put my brows on and they feel super overbearing, then the rest of my makeup has got to be heavier to match the overbearing brow. This way I know doing my brows first, they look natural. So then any added makeup is sort of, it's setting up my style in a way. I also have been loving doing a brow shaper. This brow shaper is clear. And I just, again, I'm loving the brushed up styled brow. And it just keeps the brow in place. Looks a little bit more polished, but effortlessly. So this is just a clear brow gel, brushing up, 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 and then just over from the top of the arch to the tail. Now, in keeping in that effortless theme, I've been using Creme shadow as my base, and this is a cream eyeshadow stick. There's lots of them out there, and just with the color trends for this season, you're gonna see a lot of cinnamon, camel, cayenne shades, anything that's got that warm brown rust shade. So I love adding a pop of that into my eyes. And I've been using this as my sort of fall base eye look. So just sweeping gently with my ring finger at the crease, I've blended the color onto my lower lid. So any type of cream shadow, or if you love this look, even with a powder shadow, make sure to start at the lash line and then gently build up to the crease, but don't go up past the crease because it may go too high. And then just using your ring finger, you can use a brush here, but I find, again, just in the effortless, quick, simple, easy, I've been tapping and pressing and pull back, and I can see that it is gently blended. And what I love about most cream shadow sticks is that once it's on, it stays. So it doesn't crease or fade throughout the day, which I love. And I know once the color's on, it's there for the day. So taking the same shadow, again, if this is a powder shadow, do the same technique and run the color underneath your eye. So I've just been focusing on the outer half of my lower lash line. I don't like pulling too much color into the center of, or the inner corner of my eye, because I have a deeper set eye. So just by pulling the color, you want to make sure it connects at that outer corner and gently rub, gently blend. Don't over blend. You want it to be more of a haze, right? Versus a line. You never want a line along the bottom lash line. You want to overly blend it, if anything. Now I'm going to take a black. So again, black, if it feels too strong for you, use a dark brown. And all I'm going to do is tight line my lashes. So if you have a really great lash line, then don't worry about this tip maybe as much. I need to do this along my top lash line because I have very, I guess the word would be wimpy lashes. So just by running this into my inner corner, or like my inner rim, it just will enhance the lash line along my top lashes. I only do this along my top lashes because, again, I have a rounder eye and I don't want to pull my eye down. So by putting color in the inner corner, it'll make my eye look smaller, but it also brings weight, which I don't love to do. I just like to have that lower lash line hazed by color. again, for an effortless day look, right? If I was going out at night, I might go there, but not for every day. Big tip too, again, in that effortless look, curl the lashes, press right to the root, and then press, almost like pumping the lashes, and then go for mascara. I do love a black mascara. If you don't love black or it feels too strong for you, I want you to then try, there's lots of mascaras out there that are dark brown. And mascara is very individual in style. You can do a lot or a little. So I love, a lot of mascara. So I won't waste applying mascara here with you today. But again, just pressing right to the root, no matter how many coats you're gonna do, and zigzag up. So press right to the root and zigzag up. And remember, your lash line is three-sided, right? So you've got this inner corner here. You've got the center, press right to the root and zigzag up. And you can notice here also I'm tilting my head back. So my chin, I'm almost looking at my nose. And then that way you can press right into the root and zigzag up the lash line without blocking the view. You're not blocking your pupil vision. So you can do that, and then just using the tip of whatever wand you're using will help separate or elongate some of those lashes that you want to emphasize. So if you get a little bit of fallout or smudging with mascara, it's so okay. I always carry Q-tips on me in my to-go, and just by pulling against the skin for the under eye would be my biggest tip. Don't pull with the skin. Come from the outer portion of the eye into that inner corner just to pick up any loose product or, again, smudged mascara. So now for my eye area, I have a lot of darkness in that inner corner. Step back and look, where do you have the most darkness? And just by tapping a little bit of concealer, again, I find I have it in that inner corner. I like to apply it right to that inner corner and then down towards the center of underneath the eye. And then this is where I do like to use a brush. I find I have very warm fingers, so I don't want to melt away concealer or take away what I've already applied. I want to make the most of what's there. So I'm going to just use a fluffy concealer brush, and this will help me pull the product across the skin, gently blend it, and I do like to bring my concealer down where I have a little bit of rosacea next to my nose. So again, it's very lightweight. I do love this concealer. It's by Chanel. It's called Le Correcteur. And honestly, the formula sets itself, but it doesn't go powdery. It doesn't settle into my fine lines. And the formula that actually has launched recently is extra hydrating, which is awesome. And it almost feels like a mousse for the under eye, which is great because it just sits on top of the skin versus settling into the lines. And again, that's all I need to do. So I'm hoping you can see up close. I don't have fancy zoom in cameras and all the rest because it's me as the production company, but I just hope that you can see that it really is effortless under the eye. And I really won't need to touch it up once, my day has started and out the door. So with my summer tan gone, I haven't though moved into pinks for my summer or my winter color. I love pink cheeks in the winter when my skin is super fair. But so I've been still going to a warmer blush that almost is a mix between my bronzer and a bit of color for my cheeks. So this blush color is called Jersey. And I love to, and I live here in New Jersey, I love to use it just to help add a bit of definition to along my forehead because I don't love the height of my forehead. And then I'll use it just to, again, shape my features. So I guess I'm almost using this blush like I would my bronzer. I love to always take a little bit under my gobble. And then I just gently stamp. This is such a soft, neutral shade that I find I guess I'm dusting it all over my face. Then I do like to smile and stamp the color onto my cheeks. And again, you can see it's really soft because it's just blending with myself. So even if if you have your bronzer, maybe go to a lighter, fluffier brush and just try this technique of just gently washing it over your features and then smile and apply it onto the apples of your cheeks. So I do love this blush, you know, again, for medium to fair skin. If you are if you have a richer, deeper skin tone, going for something that is perhaps a little bit more of a cinnamon or more golden depth to it will help, again, do the same technique, same effect, versus it going, you know, I don't want it to go too ashy or look like nothing on your skin. And then last but not least, I have been going for a bolder lip. I love this formula. It's called Rouge, Allure Extreme Velvet, or Velvet Extreme. Oh, I'm sorry, Velvet Extreme. And I do love a good lip. And yes, my mask goes on, but I find this formula, and again, my technique is to put it on and stamp it on more like a stain. So when I do wear a mask, I take it off, there's nothing on my mask. So I don't put a lip moisturizer on beforehand. I'm not doing any lip primers. What I am doing is applying it to my lip, pressing my lips together. Just so I apply it on the bottom lip, press my lips together, and you can see a little goes a long way. There's endless colors in this formula. I do have a favorite summer color, which is number 112. And this lip color for my favorite in the winter is 116. And it is by Chanel. I just make sure with the tip of the lip, it is a little bit defined. And then I'll take my ring finger and just do this. I love to just press the color on, making sure you get right into that inner corner. And there you go. So I find, again, it sort of sets into the lip, it stains the lip a little bit, and it makes me feel that sort of fall glamour without too much effort. So whatever that tone is for you, this may feel too bold for you by day. You can go for a warmer neutral shade, but try to find something that feels a little bit more fall-like. Even a soft berry tone, a soft cranberry shade will help you give that little bit of fall zhuzhy. Hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a very long while, and wishing you all the best for your fall season. Take care.